I ended up getting the reins and taking it and doing it. So she actually gave me the platform, and she came to me. She told me, Josh, what are you gonna do about this event? And I was like, I don't know. What you gonna do about this event? Because you gonna do it. And she was like, no, I need somebody else to get it and move forward and do it. And I was like,
yes, I will.
Okay. So then I gathered up some people, and I said, because I can't do it by myself. And I said, but I do want to make sure that this event, because it was so impactful when I went to it the first time, that it was like, it sparked the fire in me. I was like, I really want to have this happen again. And then Suze, in the way that she does, she gives you an opportunity to do something, helps you out, and then backs out into the shadow, and then goes on and does something else. But I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that she is the one. She is the one that started this. And a little bit more background of our interaction. She has gotten me into doing a lot of things that I used to do back in the day that I didn't do as much, and now I do a lot of. Like, I'm building things a lot more. She said, Josh, I need some seats, and I don't know where to get them from. And I was like, well, I'm kind of handy. I got a drill and some screws or whatever, so I can do some things. And then I thought it was just gonna be something for her. And then she's like, oh, come to the event. I was like, no, I was just putting together some furniture for you so you can have it, and I'm gonna go this way. She's like, no, come to the event. So then I come to the event, she's like, oh, Josh has been helping me with these things. And I'm like, oh my God. And then she said, oh, okay, so now we're gonna build some things. And I was like, oh, okay. And once again, she got me started. I built some things, and then she stepped out the way and went on about and started doing something else. So the type of person that Suze is, she's a groundbreaker. She does things, she's innovative. She gets things started, and then she sees it till it gets nice and functional and sturdy, and then she moves on because she has so much vision and so many things she's doing, and she starts other things. So I want you guys to give your undivided attention for these last few moments, my leaders, to the young lady who started this event and many other things like this, Miss Suze Guillaume.
Happy belated birthday, Josh.
Thank you.
I guess everyone already sang happy birthday to you, or they already got your birthday wishes.
I got all of that, yep.
So hi everyone. I know this is towards the end of the program, and you guys are probably ready to go, or maybe you still want to stay for a little bit, not for much longer. As he stated, my name is Suze Guillaume. I'm going into my 8th year working at Miami-Dade College, but I started part-time as the first-time in college advising first-year students, and from there, if you take a look back growing up, how many of you had things that you were always interested in or wanted to do when your parents were like, no, or we can't afford it, or no, right? What is it? Martial arts. So did you ever do martial arts? A little bit. When? What age? 14. Okay, so I'm assuming everyone else, when you were younger, your parents supported you, did everything that you wanted to do. So name some things. And I'm getting to a point, but I want to hear from you what resistance you got and why did you turn away from it? And are you still connected to that?
No, sports.
Sports. Did you ever play sports?
Yeah, basketball.
In high school. What sport?
Soccer.
Soccer. Do you still play now?
No.
Hold on to that. Hold on to the martial arts.
Acting?
Acting. Did you ever act?
Yes.
When?
Years. Maybe a year ago.
A year ago, but that's as you were older, but not when you were younger. Did you ever tell your parents you wanted to act?
Yes.
Did you get resistance?
Yes.
What's your background, if you don't mind me asking?
Asian.
Asian. Okay. Anyone else? Hold the acting, hold the martial arts, hold the photography. Which one?
Soccer.
Soccer. I heard photography.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when you were younger, you told your parents you wanted to take pictures. Did they ever give you a camera?
No. It was through another club that I was able to use the camera, but it was only temporary.
At school?
Yeah.
What age?
Like 16.
teen?
That's when I got a camera like later, like 17.
Do you own one now?
Yeah.
Perfect. So hold on to those activities and hobbies and gifts.
Ballet or music. Music, ballet, and dance.
Did you do it when you were younger?
I did. But
Your
like,
parents support you to put you in it?
no, I rebelled against them.
You rebelled. Okay, so how did you do ballet?
I didn't do ballet, I did dancing instead.
At home?
Like at school.
At school? What age?
I said 5 to 8. Then after that, when I came to the US, I did it in middle school from at 8th and 8th grade, and I never do it again.
You danced where? In Haiti? Oh, I love that. I love it. I love it. Anyone else want to share?
Acting also.
Did you act when you were younger?
A little bit, yeah.
Did your parents support you?
No.
How did you end up acting?
Well, when I was really little, like they did it, but they didn't like the idea of it, so they stopped. Like they made me stop. When I got older, like high schoolish, I did a little bit, but it just, I guess I lost the passion for it.
So most of us can say that we reconnected with those dreams and those gifts. And just so you know, these are, when you, as a child, when you connect with something, just so you know, that's your gift and talent. So just because you're not doing it full time now doesn't mean that it left you. God don't bless you with something and take it away. It's still there. And if you hear the connection, teen, is when you were able to reconnect with that, right? Okay, so Susie, right? Little girl. I enjoyed acting. I rebelled to some extent until I could get away with it. I lived in Liberty City, Little Haiti, and Overtown. So they had these acting gigs, things that used to come up. This was my teen, not when I was younger. I used to just get on the bus and go. The most embarrassing thing happened, right? And I'm sharing the story with you is because when you rebel, sometimes people think that it's a bad thing, but sometimes rebelling could be a good thing. And I'm saying this to say that you have control of your destiny, and you're that close to it. And it's probably sound redundant, but everyone who had an idea or a dream or vision is going to reconnect with you, I promise you. If not today, not tomorrow, in your 20s or 30s, you will reconnect with that dream. My parents did not support acting. They were Haitian, they didn't believe in it. It's not gonna make money. You need to be a doctor, nurse, or a lawyer. I don't know why Caribbean parents, it was just those three things was a must. But I was not interested in either, or nothing. And my grandfather was a surgeon in Jacksonville, and my mom was like, no, you have to be like this and that. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do what I wanted to do. So acting became a part of me, and I used to just sneak out the house, get on the bus, and just go. And even at an earlier age, from the age of 5, and if you ever heard of my story, I'll share this video with you, I didn't learn how to read until the age of 9. So how many of you were reading books by then or before then? Reading before, at the age of 5? What age were you started reading? 5. So your parents had books at home? How did you get access to books?
No, we didn't have books at home. So I would go to the library.
How did you get to the library at the age of 5?
My elementary school had a library.
Okay. So growing up, that was my struggle and that was my challenge. But I never knew that I was going to reconnect with this challenge in my 30s. I thought, you know what? How can I give back and support people that struggle with this? And growing up, all I'm used to seeing is just gunshots, walking across dead bodies. If that was the case, and if I made it to school, I dodged plenty of bullets. So if you see me standing here, it's because I was able to dodge them. I didn't grow up with my father. My mother was always working, so there was no connection. So could you imagine a child that's growing up right now with these dreams in their hand, right? Don't have no one to connect them with these. Who do you think is responsible? What's going to happen to this child? What do you think is going to happen to this child's dreams? Crumble. Die. That's where we get the resistance from. So I started working on this project called Beyonders Pop-Up. I didn't think nothing of it when I was doing it, didn't think I would be writing grants, but I just started to go in the community and just give out books to kids. And I know book deserts exist in Miami, and I went to a committee meeting with mayors and all these big people, and they're telling me, no, it doesn't. Yes, it does. We think a lot of children have access to the resource because they exist, but a lot of them don't. And that's the challenge. So I took it upon myself as an employee at Miami-Dade College to just apply to things. I didn't want anyone's approval. I didn't want to wait on a yes. And a lot of the time what we do is we wait on yes. We wait on someone to say that we're great at something. We wait for someone to say that, okay, you're amazing. I think you can do that. And I think that we need to kind of take a step back and tell ourselves yes. And remember, as you serve, every day is challenge day. Literally, every single day. When you wake up in the morning, I want everyone to wake up and say, it's challenge day, what's up? We have to accept challenge as change. Because sometimes when we see challenge, we resist. We take a step back. We're like, oh no, you know what? I'm not gonna do it anymore because it's too hard. But if you take school, if you take growing up, anything that you're passionate about, even if it's trying to feed the homeless people, you go out there and just do it. Just go out there and just do it. Don't need no commitment. Find you a few people that's gonna be on your team. In service, all you need is faith. And I'm saying faith because it may sound cliche and you hear it a lot, but faith is a powerful thing. Because if it wasn't my faith, I would not do what I do. I work a full-time job. I have a little kid that I have to also raise, and I also have to do these projects. And every weekend I'm out there. Every weekend we're faced with challenges. Could you imagine how many challenges that you guys face and how many challenges these kids are facing in the world? In our own community, in our own backyards? And it doesn't take us long to just wake up on a Saturday morning and say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go out there and just read with a child. While working on this project, I met a little boy named Anthony, right? He lives in Liberty City. I'm in Liberty City, and we're putting up this library birdhouse, right, in the community.
I've seen them.
You see him?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you've been there?
No, but I know they're like planted around North Miami, like at the library. They have that little box.
Yeah, they added some in North Miami.
Yeah.
I know. The reason why we targeted Liberty City is because those are book deserts area. So if you notice that it takes a child 30 to 40 minutes to walk to the nearest library. The access to books for the summer is very limited, so they don't have it. So we're there, we're planting this booth. Anthony already collected his book for summer program. We have a summer reading program at Liberty City, Liberty Square. So he comes over and he sees us building, he's like, Miss Suze, I'm done reading my book. It was the most heartwarming. He came and he finished all 5 of his books. And I told him to tell me what each book was about. Oh yeah, I challenged him and he gave me the answers. And then he said, you know what? I want to help build this. I said, well, if you help build it, who's going to be in charge of it? He said, you are. I said, no, it's yours. So he said, then I'll be in charge. And then he got 2 of his other friends to say that they'll be in charge of the booth. He's like, these neighborhood kids, they're not going to keep this up for long. And I said, well, that's your responsibility to make sure that we get this project going. And that was just them getting involved in the project. This was just an initiative that says, you know what, let's do it. Someone helped us build the birdhouse, and we placed it there. Now the kids, they've been reading all summer long. Now I don't know what they had before that, but I was not gonna wait on a yes to determine what I was gonna do. I remember my struggles, I remember my challenges. So sit back and think about your challenges. You enjoyed soccer, right? You enjoyed acting, right? Martial arts and photography. Why not pick up a ball? There's so much green space in Miami. Kick a ball with some kids. Your dream and gift never leaves you. It stays with you. Photography, you go out and buy a camera and start snapping everything that you see that you're inspired by. Turn it into an art show. Make some money off of your pictures. Let me tell you something. I don't think God put us all on this earth to just settle and accept when somebody's ready to tell us yes. He gave you that yes when you were born. Before you were born, in fact. He knows you by name. You're not by accident. A lot of us think that you need all these special degrees, you need these credentials, you need these names behind you, and MSW and PBIT, blah, 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 blah. All these letters do not matter to these children. All it matters is that somebody accepts that challenge that day and they move forth. And it's important for us to realize that. So many of us are focused on building our resumes. We want this long resume so that people can see that, oh, look how successful this person is. Or look how amazing this person. Let me tell you something, your resume means nothing. What you do in your service for others means so much more. When you step out on faith and you do what you think that you cannot do, doors open. I just completed a grant on Friday and I literally almost passed out. I'm not a grant writer. But someone saw something in me and said, you apply for this. You're doing something for the community that matters. Whether I get the grant money or I don't, I challenged myself to write the grant. I waited on people to look over it. I waited on people to review it. But while I was waiting, I'm like, I could do this. I could write. I can review it. I know how much it takes to build these booths and to get these books out there to this kid. Let's do it. And guess what? It was complete and it was done. I didn't wait on a yes. Some of us are waiting on a yes to act. Some of us are waiting on a yes to follow our destiny. Just because you come to school, and I love school and I support education, Miami-Dade College, you hear me now, I support it. But just because you come to school means nothing. It means nothing if you don't know who you are. It means nothing if you don't know your purpose here on earth. And sometimes you'll get tired. It's a fight. Challenge day means change. Daily, remind yourself. When you're faced with a challenge with your family, when you're faced with a challenge with a bill that you can't pay, when you're faced with a challenge where you don't have enough money to pay for school, be persistent. Someone out there is going to help you. Persistence, consistency is so important. When you keep on knocking on the door, that rejection, it'll come. But when you keep on knocking on that door, I guarantee you somebody will open it. Before I started working at Miami-Dade, I was working with BET and MTV. And students used to tell me, why are you here? You had an opportunity to not even be here. You had an opportunity to follow your dreams of becoming this famous person who document things, do documentaries and journalism and all that. And I became sick. After college, I became sick. I was supposed to be working on a documentary in Africa. I'm not supposed to be here. I told God, why am I here? I'm supposed to be traveling and doing what I'm supposed to do, what I decided to do. But he reminded me that it was not about me. He will remind you that it's not about you. So I had to tell students, I'm here because I'm inspiring you. I don't know my purpose in 110407 sometimes. Sometimes it's challenging. But then you remind yourself, you know what? Every day when I see you guys, every day that I get to inspire you, that's my purpose. That's where I find my purpose. Because if I was in Africa doing a documentary, I would not be here for these kids in the community. I would have been far gone. And in the same neighborhoods when I saw these dead bodies, these same neighborhoods when I didn't have access to books, I would have left them behind knowing that I could have made a difference. You gotta take a step back. Tonight, in the morning, when you wake up, take a step back and look at yourself in the mirror. Just think about your journey where you came from. You should be giving yourself a round of applause. Like, it's not easy out there. Just to come from where we come from here in Miami, it's not easy. You came from Haiti. You were dancing while you were in Haiti. Your gift never left you. To me right now, you look like a dancer. You like you'll do cartwheels and stuff, and ballet and spin, and just by looking at you, I can tell you're inspired by that. I can visualize that. I can visualize you as well. Kicking ball with kids, playing soccer. Look, I could be here all day. My fourth grade teacher told me that I'll never amount to nothing. I don't know how to write. I don't know how to read. I'm a failure. And I've written books. I've won awards. And let me tell you something. Everything someone says about you is not true. And just remind yourself of that every single morning. Now, just because you guys are here, guess what? There's students on this campus that need your help, that could use your guidance. Have you ever walked on campus and just walked by someone and not say nothing? But you're a leader on campus though, right? Let's go back and reconnect with ourselves. But you're a leader on campus, right? But you just walk by people. Just because you don't know someone doesn't mean that you don't have to say hi. I welcome students on campus all the time. I walk around campus secretly giving books to kids. When I know their parents are struggling with them, I give them a book to read. I don't need the dean or the campus president to tell me that. I don't need the campus president to tell me to say hi to someone. It's my responsibility to make them feel